Hello everyone, my name is Vidhi Salla and I'm the host of the radio show Vidhi's Bollywood Jukebox. I hope to be in Vermont soon to host movie screenings in person. I'm really thankful to Jamie Moore for inviting me to introduce this film that you all are about to watch today. It's called Shatranj Ke Khilari and the English title is Chess Players. It's a 1977 film that's directed by Satyajit Ray based on a short story written by Hindi literature writer Prem Chand. The story is about two aristocrats who are obsessed with the game of chess. So, the part about the aristocrats is fictional, but the historical background where it takes place is factual. For you to be able to understand the movie better, I will explain a little bit about the socio political context of India at the time. The film takes place in 1856 when India was at the brink of the 1857 Sepoy Mutiny that triggered a series of revolts against the English administration. The colonists were annexing kingdoms, they were stripping local kings of their administrative rights as well as their treasures, all masterminded by Lord Dalhousie. Until this point, the English administration was happy to act as a proxy administration, puppeteering their orders through local kings, but gradually they became more aggressive and greedy. The specific place where this movie takes place is Lucknow, the capital city of the Kingdom of Awadh in central India. The Kingdom of Awadh was known as the Granary of India. It was roughly the size of Scotland and it was at a crucial geographical spot that was considered fertile for trade as well as agriculture. The ruling emperor of this kingdom at the time, Nawab Wajid Ali Shah, was the richest in the country. He was also what the British officers often referred to as an effeminate man. He enjoyed the finer things in life, wrote poetry, learned classical singing and dance, and even established a school for music and dance. The people were happy with him because he was a passionate patron of arts. He went so far as to organize garden parties and threw open his palace grounds for the masses. He put up extraordinary theatre productions of the musicals that he wrote, and he commissioned chefs to prepare his recipe inventions. At the same time, he introduced reforms in the justice system, reorganized the military, and equipped it with modern weapons. So, in comparison to other leaders in India, he was highly organized and active for that time. The British administration considered all this wasteful. Among other things, they could not understand how a man could have hundreds of wives, but the form of Islam that the king followed permitted multiple marriages, and there were laws that helped him do that. Also, this type of extravagance was common among all rulers of India, and they were as hedonistic as their wealth allowed them to be. The English officers used the emperor's personality traits and his lifestyle as an excuse to annex him because to them he was an unfit leader. The real reason, though, according to historians, was that the East India Company owed the emperor huge sums of money, and so they thought, why not liquidate our moneylender instead of paying him back? So, this is what is happening in the background of the film, and in the foreground, there are these chess obsessed noblemen who behave like little children. They come from entitled backgrounds, so to them, their game is more important, and they couldn't care less about the affairs of the state, let alone revolt against it. Also, in the narrative of the film, the women are almost invisible. The two female characters in the film do little else but whine about the lack of attention of their respective husbands. This is not entirely reflective of the reality. Women exercised political power even if it was from the privacy of the women's quarters. In fact, the first wife of this same emperor, Wajid Ali Shah, led the mutiny against the British administration when the king was in exile. Also important to note is that much before the colonization of India, there was a prevalent feudal system in which every wealthy household had a bevy of servants, and these servants had their hierarchies. They were not slaves, they were paid workers, but they didn't have much of a social or political standing. Notice the scene where the wife of the aristocrat summons the older lady to come and tell her a story. The purpose of servants was not only to serve, clean, and cook, but they often acted as confidants, entertainers, or even companions. Bollywood films are usually musicals. The characters break into song and dance at random. But the director, Satyajit Ray, was against it. He felt that music should enter the film only when necessary, and he often composed the music for his own films. The only dance sequence in The Chess Players is a Kathak performance, which is a classical dance form from northern India. In the film, this dance is performed by a professional artist named Shashwati Sen. In conclusion, Shatranj Ke Khilari is a clever narrative of a crucial historical event placed against the backdrop of two childish and indifferent noblemen that echo the sentiments of the bulk of the rich class. I hope you enjoy watching this film. You can write to me on my email ID that you will find on my website vidhism.com. That's vidhism.com. My radio show, Vidhi's Bollywood Jukebox, is a combination of cultural information and music from Indian films, and all the shows are also on my website. My show is broadcast from the studios of WVEW LP every Thursday from 3 to 5 p.m. on 107.7 FM. Thank you. Namaste.